Hey everyone, so I don't know if I'm gonna end up posting this video, but I felt like doing a get ready with me because I have an errand to run today and I'm just feeling really accomplished. I'll probably end up filming a like goals for 2019 video just so that I can document it, which is also the primary reason as to why I'm filming this video, because I just want to document some stuff. So there are children yelling outside, but basically what has been going on with me. So if you guys didn't know already, I want to go to law school. It has not been forgotten by me. It's still something that I definitely want to do. I'm just still in the process of working on it. I did take my LSAT exam, and to be honest, I did not like the score that I got. So I'm planning on taking the test again in March. So what I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to study again to take the test. I scored a low score, which isn't uncommon, but I know the score that I want to get. Oh, I had to adjust my camera, and I think my foundation dried. Where was I? Yeah, so I'm going to, we're just going to reapply. I'm going to retake the test in March. So what I did today, because I was kind of, the past couple of days, or past couple of weeks since I took my LSAT, I was just very sad about the results. So I was really sad about it, but then I kind of had to take a step back and realize, well, Kelsey, you kind of didn't really allocate your time to studying like you should have. And if I'm looking up, I'm looking at my viewfinder because that's what I'm using as my mirror. But I told myself that I didn't really allocate as much time to studying as I could have or should have. So really the score that I got was basically like a basic LSAT practice score, which oddly enough, the score that I got when I took my last LSAT practice was exactly the score that I made when I took my LSAT. So I think that the saying is true when they say what you practice is really what you're going to make on a test. I firmly believe that that's true because I was always within a certain range, and the very last test that I took before my LSAT is exactly the score that I scored on the actual test. So what I learned from that is that I need to take more practice tests, which is what I plan to do. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. So today I made a plan, since it's 2019 now. Today I made a plan to go to the library and basically do over my practice test. So I'm going to use Khan Academy again just because I thought that it was really good. A lot of people have different opinions about different tests, I guess, test resources. Some people use Khan Academy, some people use Power Score, some people take actual study courses. I thought about doing the study course, but the study course is really expensive for me, so I don't think that I would personally be able to do that. And I also asked my cousin, because my cousin took the LSAT, and I'm just drawing on my brows because at the very end I don't have a tip for some reason. It's like my brow hairs are not growing anymore. It's weird. I'm just going to draw those out real quick. Just a little bit. So my cousin said that she took the LSAT prep course at USC, and it didn't make that much difference when she studied by herself, she said, because she roughly scored the same thing. So I did take one of their seminars. I didn't take the actual like weekly, what do you call it, weekly courses, but I took like basically like the info session version, and what they were teaching was exactly how I was teaching myself. So I personally don't think that I would invest that kind of money into something like that, just because I think I'll do better doing it by myself, which is what I've been doing. I just need to be more consistent about it. I am the queen of procrastination, and I'm the queen of kind of putting stuff off lately, which I didn't used to do that, but I think since I haven't been in school for so long that I've gotten used to not having to study or really commit to anything unless it's work related. So I have to kick myself out of that habit. So I'm kicking my own butt right now because I could have done better than what I did, but I didn't do well because I didn't do what I was supposed to do, which I used to be really good at academics. I was number 2 in my class in high school for the longest time until like graduation. My math grade slipped because we all know math is not my strong suit. So that bumped me down to like number 4 in the class. Can you believe it? So what I'm going to do now that I know what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to redo my study plan. So what I'm doing now, today I feel really accomplished because I told myself last night that I was going to go to the library and take my diagnostic test again for Khan Academy, because the one that I took on my other account, I don't want to erase that information because I felt like it was good information. I got a lot of good feedback on that one when I did it, so I want to keep that. So I just created a new account, and I'm going to do my Khan Academy on a new account that I created, which is really my account that I'm going to use for my future college stuff. Maybe. We'll see. I have a lot of accounts. So I did that today. I scored exactly the same score that I took when I took the LSAT. I don't know what it is, but I scored the exact same score. So that's kind of a good thing because it puts me in a position to see what I'm going to do in the future in terms of my other tests that I'm going to take in the future. So it's a good starting point for me because I think it'll help me figure out where I'm going to go as far as my elevation for my test taking. So I'm okay with that. The other thing that I'm going to start doing is I printed out my LSAT that I took in November. I printed it off, and I'm going to look at, well, I've already looked at, but I'm going to really study the answers that I got wrong and the ones that I got right, so I can look at my strong points and my weaknesses. And I kind of already know what my weakness is. For starters, it's analytical reasoning, which is not, I think it's everyone's weakness. More of mine, because if I don't get it, I'm just going to select the most likely answer, which is probably bad, but that's what I tend to do. My logical reasoning is pretty strong. However, I want to strengthen that because there are 2 logical reasonings during the exam, and they weigh the most. So I really want to focus on getting that as high up as possible, which I'm usually in the double digits when I take that side, or when I take that section. I usually am in the double digits, but I want to be higher. Every time I do my left eye, it runs. I don't know why. Every time it runs. But I want to score higher on my logic games because, or not my logic games, I want to score higher on my logical reasoning because that's the most graded part of the test. That's what everyone says you need to study on. So I'm going to study on that. My reading comprehension is pretty good. Reading comprehension I'm not really worried about. I'm just going to strengthen my testing skills in it, but I'm going to really focus on the logical reasoning section of the test because that's the most important part. I'm a pretty strong writer, so I'm not worried about the writing portion of the test. I think I've got that part pretty much down. My goal is to get into law school by 2020. I originally wanted to get in by 2019, but I decided to wait because I want to do a lot of traveling this year. I want to get my traveling out of the way. I'm planning a trip to Jamaica with my sorority sisters and my mom. So I want to go to Jamaica in December, and I'm also planning a Europe trip with my sisters. Right now it just looks like it's just me and Samari going. If Ava changes her mind, that would be great, but as of right now it's just me and Samari going, which is fine. But I really want to get my traveling and stuff out of the way, which is good, because if I started law school this year, then I wouldn't be able to do that stuff. So I decided that 2020 is going to be my year when I go to law school. I'm going to work really, really hard to get there. I've already started planning out my year. I used the Lily Pulitzer planner, the January 2019 to December 2019, and I've already started writing down things that I want to do. So I've got my LSAT stuff in here already. The days when I'm going to practice and how long I'm going to practice it for, and I also color coordinate it. So I have an idea of what I'm going to do the next couple of months. I'm really nervous, but at the same time, I'm really excited because it's going to happen for me. It's basically me. I feel like everything else has been laid out for me. I already know what God's plan is for me. It's to be an attorney. It's to go to law school. It's to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish, but I have to put in some of the work, and I think that's what happened last year, is I didn't put in a lot of the work. 2018 was really, really hard for me. I didn't let it show on YouTube, but I am going to try to keep up with these video diaries because I want to see how far I've gotten. And if I place them on YouTube, or if I post them on YouTube, it's not for anyone to review or criticize. It's basically for me. I'm doing these videos for me, so I have something to look back on later, because I feel like if I don't speak it into existence, if I keep it all in my head, then I'm going to either talk myself out of it, or I'm going to not end up doing it. So if I speak it into existence, if I put it on a platform, or if I document it, then I know that it's going to happen. It's going to push me to keep doing it, which is why I'm doing it. It'll all work out. It'll all work out for my good. It is well, in Jesus' name, and it's gonna work out. So I'm not gonna stress about it. I'm just gonna do it. If anybody wants to go on this journey with me, you're more than welcome to. I don't think I'm the only one who's trying to go to law school in 2020. So if I have some other people who want to go to law school, you're more than welcome to watch my journey with me. I'm not sure what I would call it. If I were to give it a name, I'm not sure, but it's gonna change some of the content on my channel for sure, because I think I'm gonna, if I do end up posting these, it's going to be a lot talking about my law school journey and just where I'm at and where my head's at, because I got to get it out. I got to get it out somehow. I don't keep a diary anymore, so I have to find another way to use. I have to find another outlet, so that's what this is for. But I'm ready to go. I'm going to put some pants on, because right now I have on pajama pants, but I'm going to go run this errand. When I come back, I might film a couple of videos just to have like a complete day and feel like I've accomplished something. But I'm gonna go do that, and I will see you guys next time, hopefully.